welcome back. Popped to Aldi today and I noticed it's got loads of solar lights. It's Thursday, middle aisle, and this just caught my eye. Because I was going to make one myself, because we've got the same sort of brolly, exactly the same sort of situation that it is there. I was going to make my own, I never got around to it, so I thought I'll buy it. It was £7.99 and I'll give it a review, and if I can doctor it and make it brighter or better or see what it's like. So let's have a look. Well then, I've actually already taken the back off this. It comes with a 600 milliamp hour battery, 1.2 volt NIMH, which I have fully charged in a separate battery charger in that, and that will be tested because it says they will run for 6 to 8 hours on a full charge. So that will be the next step. That'll be, I'll add that onto this video and I'll test that. But initially looking inside, it's just got your standard you got your solar panel there excuse me, which is obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, which is half a volt each, so that's obviously 1 and 2 volts. Obviously 4 divided by 2 is 2. Then you just your standard charging circuit. I have already, there was a switch on here which I've put a blob of solder on to short the switch out, because they get prone to water ingress and corrode, so I've already done that. That's why I've took this apart basically, and just to check out that the cell was what it says it was, which it is, but we'll excuse me, we'll check that out later. What I'm planning to do is put a bigger cell in this anyway, which I've got one here, which is an I find these very reliable, Amazon Basics. This is a, let me just get my glasses. It's 2000 milliamp hour or 2100 milliamp hour. Oh no, 2400 milliamp hour, and they are very good, to be fair. So that will go in there eventually, but I want to test it with this original cell and leave it in the shed and see actually, and time it how long it runs. And that's fully charged, and so is that one. To be honest, I thought it was going to be quite dim, because here is the actual unit, and there is obviously 8 lights all around. I thought, well, that's quite a lot really. And to be honest, for what it is, it's quite a good bit of kit. You've got spring-loaded clips there. If you've got a different size pole on your umbrella, you've got the bigger, obviously with foam pads on, they slide into there, and then the smaller ones. But I thought to myself, well, have I got to slide this on and off every time I lift the brolly up on that? Because on the box it didn't say that it opened up, which it does. If you can see that, if you look at this, and if I unclip that, it opens up. So obviously you can close it onto the pole of your umbrella, and then the job's a good one. And to be honest, I'm very surprised how bright this was. I thought it was going to be pretty dismal. I'll show you with the actual original battery in. I know I'm short of the switch out, so obviously when I put this battery in and then place it on the bench, it will light. You turn those off and those off and these off. I mean, to be fair, that's pretty damn bright, that is. I do that, and if you turn it upside down, which is how it's designed to be, that's going to light up your table, your garden table of an evening when you're having a couple of beers or what have you. That's pretty well good, to be fair. I mean, how long the battery will last, I don't know. That's the test I'm about to find out. I'm quite impressed with that. Let's turn the lights back on. Lights coming back on. Yeah, so I'm quite impressed with that. That's pretty cool. So I thought, what I was going to do was, if it was really dim, I was going to take all these LEDs out and put some of these in. What have we got here? I've got some one white LED cobs. Which are these? I mean, these are super bright, but the only downside to that is they're 1 watt each, and obviously 8 of them wired in parallel. That'll be 8 watts, because these are wired in parallel. Definitely not wired in series. And that battery would just go flat as a pancake straight away. So I'm very quite impressed with that. I'm not going to change the LEDs at all. All I'm going to do is up the capacity of the cell, which, like I said earlier, and see how it goes. Excuse me. One thing I did try, let me just disconnect that battery. Where's my screwdriver? Let's take that out. One thing I did try was, I noticed that the inductor there is a 47 microhenry capacitor. I did disconnect these 2 cables that go to the actual light fitting itself. Placed it with one of my own homemade solar light circuits with a YX805 chip and an inductor, which is the 33 microhenry. And to be honest, when I wired it in, it didn't really make it that much brighter. So I thought, well, with that, I mean, if I put that in circuit in there, it would make it slightly brighter, not by much, but it would drain the battery more. So you get less runtime. So I'll just sort of leave it as it is. I mean, I could have taken that off there and put a 33 microhenry on there. One of these. I've done that before. But the difference was minimal, so I thought I'll leave it as it is. I'll just bridge the switch, which causes corrosion over time, weather and all that. And I'm quite happy with the way the brightness is. One thing I will say is, though, this solar panel, which is obviously one of these resin ones, They do go like white over time, and it says it's 150 milliamp hour in maximum sunlight that they push it out. I wish I'd have took a picture of this today. I tried it earlier. It is now like 5:20 in the evening, but when I tested it earlier at 2 o'clock in the afternoon in full sunlight, this did give out 164 milliamp hours. I wish I'd have filmed it at 2.65 volts, which is a 2-volt panel rated at 150 milliamp hours. So it's gone over what it should be. So I'm quite happy with that. Otherwise, I was going to replace it with one of these, which these are 2.5 volts, and they are rated at 100 milliamp hour. They give out nearly 200 milliamp hour in full sunlight. Would you believe that? And these are cheap as chips off Amazon, but they're brilliant. They are. Yeah, so let's put the battery back in again. I mean, that's pretty, to be fair. I'm just interested in how long that will last. It also comes with, which is quite nice, once all that's back together, that slides on there, whichever way you put it on, and that clips on at the end of your brolly, if you like. So when your brolly's open, you can angle it so it's facing the sun. It's got a 3-metre lead, which I might shorten that to reduce the voltage drop. But you can move this about so it's in the sunshine during the day, so it charges up nicely. I mean, in the summer, how long do you sit outside for? You might, when the sun goes down, say midsummer, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night, you sit outside till 2 in the morning having a few drinks. So that's 4 hours. That battery's easy going to last that. So I'm quite impressed with that. I'm quite impressed with the brightness of it. So that's my review of the aldi, what do you want to call it, brolly light. I think that's quite good. So I'll get back to you on how long that battery lasts. Ta-ta for now.